Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. Well, the metals are depressed a bit today, and we're going to find out some of the reason why, because it's ahead of the interest rate decision meeting. And typically, when something like this happens, when the Fed cuts rates, that means that the precious metal prices usually go up because there's some concern with the economy. We live in a world of bizarro these days. That and the banking in because of our information age and kind of the psychology of it all. But well, let's explore this and take a look and see what's going on. Yes, this comes to us from Market Watch. Gold prices mark a 1 week low a day ahead of the Fed's interest rate decision. Risk on sentiment undermines safe haven demand. And I will note that silver is kind of holding on a bit through this. Gold took a little bit of a hit, but we'll look at that in just a moment here. Gold futures fell for a second session in a row on Tuesday, settling at their lowest in a week, as strength in the U.S. stock market lured investors away from the precious metal a day ahead of the Federal Reserve's decision on interest rates. So there you go. There's one reason why. Strength in the U.S. stock market is doing a little better, and it's pretty amazing. We saw record S&P 500 highs, there's some optimism out there, at least in some ways, in some areas. Gold has stumbled onto the trading week under pressure thanks to the improving market mood and risk on sentiment, said Luckman Otunuga, a senior analyst at the FXTM, in a note. Given how prices are trading below the $1,500 level, further downside could be on the cards in the short term. Now notice that, just for the short term, because like many out there, I'm also bullish on gold, and I think it's going to go back up again over $1,500 easily. Goes on to say that gold for December delivery was down negative 0.33% on COMEX, fell $5.10 or 0.3% to settle at $1,490.70 an ounce, the lowest finish for a most active contract since October the 22nd, according to FactSet data. December silver fell 0.31%, declined 4.5 cents or 0.3% to $17.83 an ounce. That's changed since then, but a significant drop in gold demand for the Hindu festival of lights known as Diwali, which saw its major celebrations over the weekend, was among the reasons for the weakness in gold. Think about that. We just talked about India lately, and it is amazing to see how that is having an effect on gold prices in the other direction. Well, their demand for silver has gone up. Why aren't we seeing silver rise? Maybe take a while. We might see it because of this. We'll find out. Adding that demand reportedly dropped 40% compared with sales earlier for a year earlier. Meanwhile, U.S. President Donald Trump indicating he expects to sign Phase 1 of the trade deal with China sooner than expected drove equities up, and the investor sentiment is more risk on, said Hatzidgiannis. However, this is not a solid drive up in equities, given low trading volume tied to the move up in equities to record highs recently, he said. That means there is a lack of confidence in this equity market's move up. Benchmark U.S. stock indexes saw mixed trading in Tuesday's dealing as gold futures settle, with investors eyeing a stream of corporate earnings. Attention is on the Federal Reserve, which began its two-day meeting on Tuesday. The central bank is widely expected to announce a quarter percentage point interest rate cut when the meeting concludes Wednesday, with investors focusing on clues to policymakers' appetite for further easing in the months and years ahead. Yeah, that's interesting. And so this is going to be continuing to be a pattern with them. They're going to continue this steady and easing, probably a little bit of a time, quarter point here and there. The next big catalyst for gold is Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell's speech after the rate decision, and any indications of future monetary policy, and of course any reports from Brexit and the U.S.-China Trade Fund said Hatzigianis. And this is something I've alluded to in prior videos, especially with regards to this rate cut when he does his pressure tomorrow. More than likely, we all know what's going to happen. That's not going to change. It's his sentiment, his mood, what he's going to say. What he says could have a big move, could make a pretty big move one way or the other for gold or silver. In regards to Brexit, with the leader of the UK opposition Labour Party on Tuesday telling fellow lawmakers he would back an early election now that the prospect of the country crashing out of the European Union without a deal has been taken off the table. Conservative Prime Minister Boris Johnson was set to once again ask lawmakers to approve an early election on December the 12th. The result of any election could be all over the map, said Brad Bechtel, a currency analyst at Jefferies, in a note. A Johnson win would be a soft Brexit. A Johnson coalition, also probably a soft Brexit, but a Corbyn win or a Labour-led coalition is probably a vote for no Brexit, may even lead to a second referendum. That's right, folks. So probably for those of you pro-Brexit people out there, it's going to be a compromise. That's going to be a watered-down version of an exiting of the European Union at the best you can hope for. In others metals trade, December palladium fell pretty hard by a dollar amount. Now it's under $1,800 an ounce. January platinum was up 0.73%, up to $925.10 an ounce. Maybe we're seeing the beginning of this retooling for the catalytic converter industry that is starting to finally use platinum instead of palladium. But we'll see. Who knows? Let's take a look at these prices now for gold, silver, and the like. We can see gold took the biggest hit of the day, other than palladium. Palladium fell 23 bucks, 1.29%. Gold fell $4.90 there, well under that $1,500 and below yesterday's lows as well. Silver is down only 3 cents, so it's stayed relatively stable, although it was down earlier in the day. Let's take a look at the daily chart for silver, see what's bringing it back up here. But you can see, today it did fall to below $17.60, but then it recovered, almost back up now to where it was before. And so ending the day here with platinum being the only winner of the day, up $2. We're seeing the precious metals make their moves, and I think a lot of it is because they're hopeful for a trade deal, and of course gold being hit because of the lack of demand over in India for the Dwala festival, and mainly in part because of restrictions and tariffs and taxes on gold there, and the rising price, a record price in rupees. So the alternative is silver, but we're not seeing that reflected yet in the price from Indian demand, but we'll see where that goes. That's something that some have speculated, and I've talked about in prior videos, that silver may rise because of the increased demand in India. Essentially, they're replacing gold with silver, and apparently they have done that before. So it's something to watch out for sure. I do believe, as this notwithstanding, just like platinum is undervalued, I believe silver is undervalued. The mighty and the wise part-time preppers once said, anything under $20 for silver is a bargain, and I do agree with that. However, as with anything, don't take that to the bank. Anything could change. It could move back down. I do think we still have a hard resistance level of $15, so there's that $5 wiggle room, so to speak. It could languish here for quite a while longer. But we don't know. We've been burned with predicting things before, but I do think it's undervalued. And that undervaluing means that it could be a bargain to buy, but never spend more than you can afford for anything, including something you want to pounce on that you see an upside potential on, such as silver at this point, or platinum too. Be very careful out there. Be fiscally responsible. Live within your means. there's the woulda, coulda, shoulda. Hindsight is 2020. All the different sayings. Shoot, with Bitcoin, I could be a multi-millionaire right now if hindsight were to take effect. But you know what? Didn't have the money and didn't want to take the risk in Bitcoin when it was trading for well under $1,000 an ounce. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I know that the silver and gold I do have will serve me well in the long run. And that's what we can hope for there. So there you go. There you have it. It's a very interesting market news for today. And by the way, today is the 29th of October 2019. And I would like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for watching. And remember, I do post videos every day. And so if you don't get a notification or see it on your subscription feed, just come back to the channel and it should be there. And so there you have it. But it also helps if you share this video with others out there. Share this or any of the other videos that you deem worthy as such. And post them out there. I would like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for watching and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.